And once we have the links data in place, now let's import links into the small sidebar. And where we have the nav links div, let's iterate over that list. Let's pull out all the properties. And then for every item in that list, let's return a navlink component. And then let's use these values. So for the to prop, we want to pass in the path. So where we're going to navigate. Then for the class name, we'll use the fact that in the navlink, we can pass in the function with specific prop is active. And based on this value, we can set up different classes here in the class name. And in my case, if the isActive is true, then I'll return navlink and active. If it's not, then it's just going to be a navlink. And as a result, our active links are going to have different appearance. So notice this is all jobs page, and I have different styling here for this all jobs link. Then we have key, which is equal to an ID, and also a toggle. Now, why did I set up the toggle? Here's the thing. When we'll have a small sidebar, the moment we click on a link, it kind of also makes sense if we close the sidebar, correct? Otherwise, we'll just navigate to a different page, but user will have to close the sidebar anyway in order to see the content. So, in my opinion, it just made sense. And I guess let's start by navigating in the small sidebar. We want to grab the links, and let's actually try to use the auto import, I guess, in this case. So where I have the nav links, we're just going to set up the links. Yep, we're getting them from the utils. Then let's iterate over. So let's say here map. Each and every item I'm going to call a link. I'll destructure right away. So const, and I'm looking for the text, path, ID, and icon. All of that is coming from the link. And then I want to return a nav link. So let's say here nav link, then 2 is going to be equal to the path. Let's set up that class name right away. So we need to pass in the function. That is very important. And not only that, this is a special parameter. It's an object, and inside of it, there's isActive property. Please make sure that you don't make some kind of silly mistake. And in here, I want to go with return now. Since I'm not using the implicit return, I'm just going to say isActive. What is the value? And based on ternary operator, I'm just going to go with nav link. So nav hyphen link and then active. That's the case if it's active. And if not, then it's just going to be a nav link. So that's what we're returning. It looks like there's some kind of bug in here. Let's see. So class name, maybe let me close this. Maybe that works. Yep. Now I also need to set up here a text and an icon. So let me close the nav link with a tag. And let's say here span. Let's add a class name of icon. And as far as the value, it will be our icon, the one that we're pulling out. And then, of course, also I want to set up some kind of text. So let me grab the text that I have as a property. And once we navigate to the browser, we can see that we have the small sidebar and everything works. So every time we click on the link, we actually close the sidebar and navigate to that page. And like I said, the active one is going to have that unique style. And not only we have the text, but we also have an icon right next to it.